Hi everyone, welcome back to the Rangers Reviews post-match briefing. Myself and Chris Jack, again as ever, the last ones at Ibrox before the lights turn out, ready to break down Rangers 2, Aberdeen 1 for you. Felt like a big night here at Ibrox. Rangers went ahead early on through Rabia Matondo, were pretty dominant, then conceded a bit of a freak goal out of nothing. A ball over the top, I think it was by Graham Shinney onto Bojan Majowski, who finished really well, but it was a poor goal to concede from a Rangers point of view. Rangers battled, they created quite a few opportunities, nothing that clear cut. They needed a goal. It felt like a game where if they hadn't taken maximum points, there'd been a lot of accusations levelled against them. Todd Cantwell found a way to make it 2-1 from a deflection. Dujon Sterling was sent off late on, but it felt like a big night afterwards. The players did a little walk around the pitch. They played I'm Feeling It over the PA, which, as we know, is exclusively reserved for big nights. And Clement's press conference, I thought, reflected that as well, Chris. Listen, you need those type of wins in a season where Clement said Rangers were dominant, and I think that's true. I also thought that they were a bit direct they left the game open to the type of ball that they concede from, a goal from, because it was a bit of a basketball game at points. But I felt sometimes you get that sense of football games that felt like a big one, and I think it's fair to say that it felt like a big one tonight.
I think you could tell that from the reaction to both goals. You could tell that from the manager's reaction at the end. Tell that from the lap of honour that the players, that there's more people here to see it than there was at the weekend, thankfully. And I think that kind of feeds into the big game feel. Nobody was thinking, well, it's job done, I'm away up the road. Now the stands here late on Saturday were fairly empty. People were staying here tonight because they wanted to be part of the occasion. They wanted to celebrate with the team, and I think the team certainly deserved that. I think they deserve that. That celebration, deserved that kind of ovation that they got, because it wasn't always pretty at times, but overall Rangers thoroughly deserve winners. There's also chances in both halves that if they go in, the game takes on a very different complexion. Losing a really, really sloppy goal, kind of similar to the one they lost up at Aberdeen. It's just a straight ball. It's a poor one from Rangers' point of view, but there's a lot to like. I thought about Rangers middle to front. I thought midfield three were excellent. I thought Fabio Silva was really bright when he came on.
Very good.
And the managers, I think that the manager really kind of effusive about the atmosphere and that bond. They said the players have now got credit in the bank. And most of them, he came in mid-October. There was very, very little credit there for a lot of these guys. So as we said before the game, I think it feeds into the general feel-good factor. If Rangers hadn't got the job done tonight,
missed opportunity.
It would have been a missed opportunity, and it would have been not the balloon bursting, but it would have taken a wee bit of air out it. That's certainly not the case now. It's very much on to the weekend, and all eyes on Easter Road.
Yeah, and I think, Chris, for a while, it's easy, and I think in the past we've seen Rangers get one result and you think, okay, is this on? But let's be honest, I think tonight felt a little bit like, do you know what? It is important to take a step back and look at the job Clement has done. I was speaking to someone the other day and I said, I can't think of. There's maybe the Aris game where Rangers weren't great. They rectified that with the win away in Real Betis. The Aberdeen game away from home, they obviously dropped points, and I think I thought they were unlucky on that day. I think the numbers backed that up. Okay, they dropped points there. The Old Firm, again, fine margins, but not something that was exclusive to. I don't think much blame lay at the door of Clement. He's hardly put a foot wrong since he's come in the door. I think it's important to say that. And I asked him about. He's spoken repeatedly about the nerves that he sensed that first day against Hibs, which Rangers won 4-0, and the change in mood just now. And he was speaking about why he knew, and he spoke about this when he came. He spoke about players having a blank slate. He spoke about the fact that he knew he wanted to repair the synergies, a phrase he kept using, between fans and players, and the strength that could give the team on the pitch. And I thought tonight felt like a good time to step back and take stock of that, Chris, because this season did feel completely lost, there was talks of, okay, should Rangers go in a point, as Derek kept suggesting, Neil Warnock, and just and get things right and write it off as a development season. They needed someone with stature to come in and give them something to play for. And at the moment, Chris, I mean, there's loads to play for, isn't there? That's the reality of it, and that didn't seem possible back in October.
I think the manager said post-match he's never won everything in a league season before or in a domestic season before, and he's now thinking, well, I can win everything. I don't know if I think this might be as close as we're ever going to get to him saying we can win the treble. But as you say, he's got a bit of silverware in the cabinet behind us already. very much in the title race now. That looked all but written off.
Yeah.
Everybody came in, 7-point gap, a squad who are underperforming, low in confidence. The relationship with the fans was completely broken, and the transformation in a relatively short space of time is quite incredible. Like, he will put a lot of the credit towards the players. He'll thank the staff. He'll thank the support. But he's been such a unifying figure for everyone. It does take a certain type of character to be Rangers manager. You need a certain stature and a certain gravitas and a certain way with you. And I think from what we've seen so far, I know that was a big part of the board's recruitment of Clement. He had to tick those certain boxes. Importantly, he was a winner. Again, as he said pre-match on Monday, he knows what it takes to get over the line. He's done it in title races. He can do it. If he can do it again this season, it's a remarkable achievement. This was a team in a season that so many of us were happy just to almost write off.
Start again in the summer.
Now we're heading into the final stretches of it. Rangers potentially going for all three.
Yeah, which just still seems remarkable, and there's obviously a long way to go, but just being in a title race, I think, is an achievement. And nights like tonight feel like, again, St Mirren away, Hibs away after the winter break. Nights like tonight, again, it's cliche to say, but is that a game Rangers win in previous seasons? Is this a run of domestic form they go on in previous seasons? Probably not. I would wager to say. Let's talk about a few specifics. You're going to be on with Johnny in the morning, who's making a glittering return after tonight. Tom Lawrence.
It always just pops up after the big
games. I know. Someone
behaviour.
actually said to me tonight, is he not here because it's a big game? But if it wasn't. Tom Lawrence, let's start with him quickly. Thought he was very good. Obviously a shot which leads to the second goal. Playing in that slightly deeper role, Clement explained that he didn't want to put Raskin back in, who's still building up his fitness. He kind of reasoned that it was maybe not a game to find your rhythm in or something along those lines. Can't remember exactly. Thought he was really good. And Todd Cantwell, 4 and 5. We've spoke repeatedly about, does this Rangers front six have enough goals? Rabbi Matondo and Todd Cantwell stepping up with the 2 goals tonight. Those 3 players, what stood out for you tonight?
From Matondo, his goal stood out, and also his miss. It could be a very different night if he manages to put that one away. I'm not really sure what he was doing or what was going.
I think because I was down that side, and I think Dessers gave him the shout. And it was almost as if, and he loves that finish into the far corner, and it was almost as if he just, in that split second, he looked, I think he actually, if you watch it, he looks over at Dessers and kind of loses his bearings. I thought aside from that, he linked up well with Ridvan, and he scored a good goal. And listen, he's won that penalty against Dumbarton, he's set up a goal against Hibs, he scored against Livingston, he scored against Aberdeen. He is contributing.
Exactly.
He's still a frustrating player, but come on, again, getting numbers out of someone who a few months ago people would have said he's not someone you can rely upon.
And as we've discussed so much talk about the number 9 position, I'm sure that there will be over the course. It's not going to be a sole effort. It's not a case of Rangers sign a striker, they win the league, they don't, then they don't. It's going to be a team effort. The manager has made that point very, very clear over the course of the last few weeks. But for that to come true, he needs, like Matondo, to chip in. We could maybe see more from McCausland, perhaps. We need to see Cantwell continue, and this is a type of run of form, goal scoring form, numbers form that we've all believed he's capable of. He certainly found it at the right time, because Rangers need him. They need big game performances. This was a big game from Rangers. There's been an accusation that Todd doesn't turn up in the big games. He classes himself as a big game player. He certainly delivered in one tonight. I thought all 3 of the guys in the middle of the pitch were really, really good tonight. I don't think there was a failure in the side once again, but I think middle to front, it was really good from Rangers. I didn't think Dessers had a great game, but again, the manager referenced wasn't vintage, but the manager referenced that post-match that he put in a lot like a donkey work, if you like. That's my phrase, not his. But he put in a lot of that hard work to kind of wear the Aberdeen defence down. When Silva then comes on, he's fresh, and perhaps he then looks better because of the opposition being also a bit leggy. So I think it's very much a team effort. But I thought Silva was good coming off the bench. But Cortez looked bright again. So a night of many positives.
Ridvan I thought was good actually as well. I think that's worth a mention. Who else was going to talk about? Fabio Silva, player. He's good, isn't he? I think we can just leave it at that. He's just a good football player.
I think we can just all but sum it up and say yes, the boy's a player. I thought if he'd got a goal, it would have rounded off a really impressive cameo. There was like a header that just went by the far post that down the Copland end, that shot late on. It's low and across at the same post. if one of them finds the bottom corner, it's Ibrox are up, and it's a far more comfortable night, and we're not all sitting dreading the Duke free kick finding the top corner.
Which didn't look far away from where I was sitting.
I didn't look far away from where I was sitting up at the top end either. There was heads would have been in hands if that had gone in. There'd be a lot of frantic rewriting on this gantry going on, but thankfully it didn't. Thankfully Rangers got the job done, and it's very much onwards and upwards.
I think it's almost as if Silva was forgotten about signing. We spoke about it on the transfer show, didn't we? That Rangers have. Okay, is he a poacher? No. Yes, he's a number 9. Yes, he's an attacker. Yes, he's an exciting one. And he's looked to me. I think sometimes you watch a player, Chris, and without getting too ahead of ourselves, you watch a player and you think, he looks in moments at a bit of a level above. And just technically, I thought some of the stuff he was doing with the ball tonight when he came on, just alongside Cantwell, was a level above in patches tonight. We're going to go into the game in more detail tomorrow. We will have plenty of look backs, whether that be a statistical look back and breaking down some of the big moments of the game. A colour piece as well, kind of touching on the overall theme of this feeling like a bit of a moment for Rangers under Clement. But I guess, Chris, to summarise before we get out of here, before we get locked in, the type of the type of night that you need in a season, the type of night that builds more belief, because that's also important as well. There'll be times in a season where you do get pegged back, you do need a late goal, and I think Clement had a late winner. Well, we had that Hearts come back in his 3rd or 4th game in charge, and I think there is that belief now that even when there's a setback, and it was a stupid goal to concede, I thought it was poor from Goldson, and we obviously got a great finish. Even when those moments happen, Rangers have a few moments in the bank now that show that they can come back, and they do have it within themselves to go and get a win, which was, to conclude, very big tonight.
I think the big thing the fans can take away from tonight, apart from the 3 points, is they can now trust this side to actually go and get results. Earlier on in the season, at times in previous seasons under previous managers since the 55 season, you've not trusted them to actually put together the type of form that is that mark of champions. Again, it might be a cliche, but teams that win titles have that something about them. They have that run of form in them. Rangers are in that kind of run of form right now. The longer it continues, the better their chances are. What
was the line you said before the game?
I've forgotten. I didn't actually use it in the 5 things, and I've forgotten. I'll need to go back and watch the video so I can stick it in a piece later on this week.
So I was going to say that's closed, but Chris said a really succinct line for anyone who was watching before about title races and title winning teams. Whether Rangers can be that remains to be seen, but they're certainly in a title race, so go back and watch the pre-match if you've not to hear that succinct analysis. Anyway, that's enough from us just now. We'll be back first thing tomorrow. Remember, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. Really helps us on YouTube if you enjoy what we're doing and can do that. Subscribe to the website. Loads of coverage over there. We really believe it's the best Rangers journalism. You'll find loads and loads of varied coverage as well over there, and you can join the YouTube member section if you would like as well. Until then, we're off home. We'll speak to you in the morning. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.